Hello, friends. Welcome to Top of the Stack.
Hi, I'm
This is
Jason's
Dana.
wife, Dana. I got so excited about Arena and the YouTube channel, and now that our final cut is fixed, Jason's able to do it. So we decided, let's do a deck tech. So here we are. What's the name of this deck tech, Jason?
This is Count Touch This.
Count Touch This. And why is it called Count Touch This?
I guess it's for all the MC Hammer fans in the world.
And what's the count for?
Oh, counters. Yeah.
Oh, yes. This is all about counters.
Yeah.
So our creatures that we've put in this deck, you'll see that we've got 64 out of 60 cards, but we'll get rid of 4 of them at the end. We just want to give you folks a couple choices. Talk to us about this guy, Jay.
So this is the only landfall creature that we have in the deck. Landfall allows some creatures to get a +1/+1 counter whenever you play a land. So gaining counters throughout the game is very important for this deck. So this is a good choice. I wish there were more creatures that just got a counter every turn, but there aren't many at all that do that, only a couple. So this is nice because it almost does that as long as you have a land.
And I argued that way we could get counters even when we're drawing land. So this is I really argued strong for this little folk to make it in here. All right, this one, Jay.
At the beginning of combat on your turn, put a +1/+1 counter on a target creature you control. Excellent. That's a counter every turn. And with this deck being designed to sort of enhance the amount of counters that you get, this is amazing. A counter every turn is great. This, of course, adds another counter when you get a counter. So that's probably the backbone of the entire deck, to be honest.
Yeah, that many +1. It's just awesome.
Mm-hmm. So this guy is really good.
He is.
He gets a counter anytime he would take damage.
Outside of combat.
Outside of combat. That's very important. If you block a creature that's bigger than it, it's going to die. But if you fight a creature, if you have a card that says this creature fights another creature, then it can kill a 10/10. No,
it can't kill it.
Can't kill it, that's right. But it will gain 10 counters because of the damage that it took. So next turn, it can kill it. So being able to fight a guy with this creature is amazing.
And then if you have this guy out, he gets an extra counter.
Yeah, he'll have 11 instead of 10.
Oh, talk to us about this fine, Jay.
This is the second creature that can put a counter on someone every turn. And in fact, this is on each other creature you control. She doesn't put counters on herself, only on the other creatures that you have. But that's incredible. If you're dropping 3 counters every turn, and you're getting an extra one for each one of those, that's huge.
Yeah, it gets pretty intense when this guy's out and when this folk's out. One of the things to kind of pay attention to with this card is it's at your upkeep. So you're not going to throw it down and get something like this. This is at the beginning of combat. So just pay attention to the timing on the triggers there.
And this guy's great. This guy gets counters when somebody else gets counters.
Other than a Hydra.
Other than a Hydra. This is the only Hydra in the deck. So whenever we gain counters, we don't want to put them on the Hydras, because the Hydras will get them anyway. So we put them on other people so that the Hydras get the counters.
Okay, we have some crazy land in here. It's only 2 colors. We're only using green and white, but we've got Fabled Passage and Evolving Wilds in here. We put these in for our Fledgling, just to get those counter boostings, because if Conclave is out, then that means that this guy gets double triggers. Also, even if the Conclave's not out, this guy gets a trigger every time a land falls. So we wanted to make sure we were exploiting that with these double land into the battlefield's powers. Also, you can choose to not crack it till their turn, so you can surprise fly if you need that type of defense. It just makes the landfall a little bit versatile. What about this land, Jay?
It's just fixing. It's really great that you can play white or green. Like Dana said, it's only 2 colors. We don't need a lot of fixing. But this is versatile, and it doesn't come in tapped, so it's great.
And it's important to note that this is 2 white. And so you need 2 white to make this thing work. So this kind of helps you make sure you get that when you do. All right, we're gonna move on past creatures and lands into our sorceries, enchantments, instants, and artifacts. Do we have any artifacts in this deck, Jay?
I don't know.
I don't think we do.
So.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, this is a very traditional build. We've got 24
It's actually
creatures.
a Timmy build.
Yeah, that's right. It's a super Timmy deck. That is true.
Yeah, this is not tier 1 here, folks.
No.
This is Team Silly.
Yeah.
Trying to get out there and just seeing how Timmy or Tammy you can get and just how big you can be.
Yeah.
So why is this in here?
So we need removal. If you want to be competitive at all, you have to run removal. This deck does not have enough removal. That's why it's not tier 1, but it's super fun. That's why it's Timmy. So this is removal, but you can also choose to get +1/+1 counters, either instead or in addition to, if you have enough mana. So we tried to find removal that also gave counters. So that's why that's here.
And also, we just wanted to make it fight a guy so we could activate our goat here, our bird goat.
Fight a guy is important for that creature.
And this is just stupid Timmy Tammy. We have put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control, then double the number of +1/+1 counters on that creature. So if you've already got like a 3/3, you can just see exponentially how this gets crazy. Not to mention even if the Conclave guy is out. So this is all about just putting big counters on creatures. Here is something I pushed for heavily because, and this is landfall, but it's not a landfall creature. Every time a land enters the battlefield, you can create a 1/1 white cat beast creature token, which is nice if they've removed all of your dudes. You have a dude. And when a land enters the battlefield, you also get a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. And here's my favorite part. It makes me feel like Brave the Sands is back. Even though it's not, those creatures gain vigilance until the end of the turn.
Yeah, this card does amazing, crazy things.
I love this card.
Yeah.
It's just so versatile. It makes you, when you get a land, you're excited when you already have a lot of land because you can do something with it. It has a lot of late game play.
Now, if you want to be slightly more competitive, you may want to choose to replace a card with Hunter's Edge. Hunter's Edge is just another fight a guy. It just kills a guy. It puts a +1/+1 counter. There are cheaper fight a guys that might even be better, but this places a +1/+1 counter. That's why we chose this one. But you could replace something with this. If you wanted to get rid of Felidar Retreat and put Hunter's Edge in just to be a little more competitive, it's not as fun.
And also, I just want to point out, you put a +1/+1 counter on a target creature you control. Then that creature deals damage equal to the power to target creature you don't control. If you play this on your bull, it doesn't do the same thing this is because it's not fighting a guy.
That's true.
So just be aware when you do that to not be shocked. But the advantage of it having the +1/+1 counter can really save your tushy. So we're gonna because we're Timmy Tammies, we're gonna eject those. One of the important things you definitely want to do, you want to sleeve your deck. So we have on this one Gain Extra Life for the fundraising that Magic the Gathering did for the Children's Hospital. So that's what we've chosen here. Is there anything else we need to talk about before we jump in and play?
Yeah, this is a best of one deck. So
yes.
We don't have a sideboard.
Yeah.
Most people on Arena play best of one. We play best of one.
We totally play best of one.
Yeah. So, we don't have a sideboard for this.
In the future, and if you do, tell us what you put in there, and then we'll go try it out for you. See how it worked with us. Our attention spans get a little past like, oh, what? Build a sideboard? So if you want to do that, awesome, and we'll try it out. Okay, so I'm going to hit done. This is a standard deck. So we are going to go into home and jump onto play. We're selected here on bot match. So I'm gonna click up here and go to, we're not doing historic, right, Jason?
Just standard range.
Ah, there it is. Okay, excellent. All right, we're gonna select our deck. Can't touch this. You can't see the name, but it's right there. And we're gonna play. All right, here we go, Jay. We gotta narrate all the stuff. Why we're making choices. Usually I'm just silent. Jason's like, why don't you do that? And then I show him why. And he's like, oh.
Peter Ken Kroll. Wow.
Uh-oh. This is sounding a little crazy. We're on the Mac, so we're a little nervous.
Yeah, we're not used to playing on the Mac, but it's easy to film on. So.
Okay, so we have one of our wackadoo lands, which I'm not happy to see in my opening hand, but I am thankful that we can go get a white. We've got a forest here. We've got our fledgling, so this can be cast in the first turn. Depending on what he's playing, we could lose this really early, but that's okay.
Yeah.
This is not good. This is way too early to the party. This is good.
Mm-hmm.
We can use it to fight.
Yeah, this is a great opening hand.
Jason thinks it's great. I'm a little nervous about it, but we are going to keep it.
Yeah. Of course, we got to start with Fabled Passage because we need that white land, and it comes in tapped. So
we're going to crack it now because we don't really have any advantage of cracking it later. We are telegraphing that we're playing white, which I'm fine with. You can wait till the end and then crack it and be like, oh, I played white. That's perfectly fine to do. Here's our green. Okay, he's playing green. I'm feeling pretty hopeful that, because so far I only see green land out there, that this guy's going to survive a turn. So I'm a little hopeful. I'm praying to God that we draw land.
yeah,
I'm not liking this at all. This is why I didn't like this hand. All right, we're just going to get in and cry a little bit in our souls. He's waiting, or I don't know if he's a he. Could be a woman. Could be gender non-conforming, neutral.
Oh, I wonder. That inscription is an instant, so we could have put a couple counters on the bird. We don't need to because it also is fight a guy.
I kind of want to save it, but we know if we get really screwed, we can, instead of discarding cards, we can start dumping it on this bird. Come on, land. Ooh, this is looking a little bit nervous here. It's another reason why I like landfall when I see a blue land. Oh, I'm worried they're going to counter me. I drew a 2-drop, so I'm hopeful about that. I'm nervous. We're going to play it. This could just end up in the discard pile. It didn't. I am going to target. I'm going to target this folk because the bird's getting in. We're on our way. Uh-oh. Scute Swarm. We gotta really speed this up. We're under the gun now.
Oh,
I'm gonna go ahead and kill this Scute Worm because I don't like it.
Yeah.
It's gotta go.
Yeah. Take that guy and fight that guy.
Yeah, that's just that. There's no reason to hold on to that if you've got something that dangerous out there. He's going to get himself another little bug before he comes in, which is fine. We are not getting in. Oh, well.
No, I don't think we should.
You don't want to trade with 2 folks?
No.
Okay, we're not going to trade with 2 little bugs. We're going to hold on to our inscription and kill the next bug that comes out. We're really hoping for land, preferably white. Even green, because this one, even though it's 1 green, if you kick it, it needs another green. So you got to keep that in mind. Okay, we did not get what we want. We are going to bring this folk out.
That's the next counter.
Oh, good point, Jason.
Yeah. That's okay. We got to get those counters out of the scene.
All right, I'm going to go wide because if we lose this guy, we're kind of screwed. So I'm going to put this guy here. I'm going to put this guy here. I think we should just get in with our 3-3,
Yeah.
Jay.
Yeah, sounds good. I don't want him to double block and kill her.
So
3-3.
when we take out something bigger than a little token bug, I'll get in. But just trading with our value versus that is just too scary.
This guy's digging. Oh dear.
Digging is scary. Blue is very frightening.
Especially against a Timmy deck like this.
Yes, it's terrifying. And he's got a lot of blue out there, but he's also got a lot of landfall that we've got to be aware of. We have to pay attention to when we use this, especially with no freaking land. Oh, it's a new tape deck, buddy. Should have seen that coming.
Okay. Well, I think we can fight him.
Yay!
Good.
Hallelujah.
Okay.
All right, this is why we put landfall in the deck. Excellent. So you're suggesting fight this bird.
Let's get rid of that bird.
All right, we're going to do it. Be really careful with this. The nice thing is that if you screw up, you can always go back and hit cancel, but you just want to make sure you read and not just click out of memory. Because otherwise I'll put 2+1/+1 counters, and I don't want that. I want to fight that mutator. So I put this here, and then I put this here, and we see what happens. They can have a response up here. They've got 2 open mana. Whew! All right, I'm gonna do the same thing, Jay.
Okay.
They could flash in a blue 1/1 because they've got 2 open mana, but
Sure.
I'm getting in with all 3.
Well,
I'm
sounds
fine with trading my bird at this point. Now that open mana is so nice. Digging for an answer. I'm feeling good, but I'm nervous. If they pop these back into our hand, like we're starting over. Okay, we've got 3 mana. They've got, what do they got? 7 mana, and they can still crack it. What do you want to cast?
Let's do that surge.
All right, we're gonna do the surge.
Yeah, put it on a 3-3.
I'm gonna put it on one of the 3/3s.
So we spread it out a little bit.
Yeah, just in case they've got to pop it back in the hand. It's not all stuck on the same person. Yeah, let's do that. That's safer, Jay. Because then we, all right, we're going to do this. Are you ready? Oh, that was really nice of them. And Jason and I have recently really gotten into stickers. This person fooled us by saying good game and did exactly what I was talking about. I'm going to tell that person that I loved that action. Stickers make this game so much more fun than this cold type that we're so used to looking at. It feels like you're really interacting with folks. A bug. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to cry. Look, it's got the evolving wild out, so that's going to happen. We're having a land issue. I'm going to go here. I am not going to let this bug thing.
He's got 2. We'll do our best.
Does he have 2?
Yep.
What do you mean 2?
That's the same thing.
Oh, it's a token of a thing. I missed that. Sorry about that. All right. So do you think we should do this?
Let's get rid of one of the bugs. Yeah.
All right. We're going to do it.
To get in.
What's their life at?
3. But they can jump block with the bug.
Okay. Perfect. Then we will do this. I'm going to get rid of the one that's not a token.
And then we'll attack and get rid of the other one. He's going to bring them.
It's okay.
2. Wow. So he can triple block, but he'll lose all his bugs.
Yes, I think it's worth it. I'm getting in.
So you get triple blocks. Just jump block. Okay.
We really need land. We have 24 lands in here. This is what we like to call at our house the luck happened.
That's right.
This is a card game. This is a card game about luck. And this happens.
Good thing is, if we draw a land, we'll be flying,
Mhm.
which means he cannot stop us.
Unless he mutates this into some flyer.
Right. That's right.
We really need a land, Jason.
Hoping that they won't crash this. Good. Give us land.
Yes!
All right.
All right, here we go. Something could happen. They still could have pop it back up in your hand.
But we're just gonna get
We're gonna try it because there's no way we can deal with that much damage.
Yeah. This is it.
Yes, and we held this back because we didn't need it to win. There was no reason to cast this because we thought we were winning. That could have been useful in some other manner, so we held on to it.
Oh, we just hit diamond. That's good.
Nice.
So this deck is good. This deck does work. I mean, climbing the ladder it doesn't mean that you're like the best player in the world
not at
or
all.
anything like that. But if your deck's pretty good and you have the time to play, you can climb the ladder. And this deck is climbing the ladder.
Yeah, and what we try to get 4 wins a day.
Yeah.
And I think primarily this account has climbed on Count Touch This. I mean, it's what we've been playing since Zendikar Rising came out. So it's a fun deck that wins enough to make you climb.
Yeah, it's really great.
It was so great to meet you folks. Jason talks about all you folks all the time, and so we're happy to just start sharing our deck techs again.
It's good to see you. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.